Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A personal belief or judgment that is not founded on proof or certainty. What are your thoughts on Haiti? The content of cognition, the main thing you are thinking about. The thought never entered my mind. The process of using your mind to consider something carefully. She paused for thought. The organized beliefs of a period or group or individual. 19th century thought. The reason for a court's judgment, as opposed to the decision itself. The legal document stating the reasons for a judicial decision. Opinions are usually written by a single judge. A personal belief or judgment that is not founded on proof or certainty. My opinion differs from yours. A message expressing a belief about something. The expression of a belief that is held with confidence but not substantiated by positive knowledge or proof. His opinions appeared frequently on the editorial page. A belief or sentiment shared by most people. The voice of the people. He asked for a poll of public opinion. A vague idea in which some confidence is placed. The act of persuading, or attempting to persuade, communication intended to induce belief or action. A personal belief or judgment that is not founded on proof or certainty. I am not of your persuasion. A personal belief or judgment that is not founded on proof or certainty. Tender, romantic, or nostalgic feeling or emotion. The act of looking or seeing or observing. He tried to get a better view of it. See or watch. View a show on television. Graphic art consisting of the graphic or photographic representation of a visual percept. Figure 2 shows photographic and schematic views of the equipment. Look at carefully, study mentally. View a problem. A way of regarding situations or topics, etc. Consider what follows from the positivist view. The range of the eye. They were soon out of view. A personal belief or judgment that is not founded on proof or certainty. The visual percept of a region. The most desirable feature of the park are the beautiful views. A message expressing a belief about something. The expression of a belief that is held with confidence but not substantiated by positive knowledge or proof. Deemed to be. She views this quite differently from me. The range of interest or activity that can be anticipated. Outward appearance. They look the same in outward view. Purpose. The phrase, with a view to, means, with the intention of, or, for the purpose of. He took the computer with a view to pawning it. Music, melodic subject of a musical composition. The accompanist picked up the idea and elaborated it. An approximate calculation of quantity or degree or worth. A rough idea how long it would take. The content of cognition, the main thing you are thinking about. It was not a good idea. Your intention, what you intend to do. The idea of the game is to capture all the pieces. A personal view. He has an idea that we don't like him. The process of using your mind to consider something carefully. The process of using your mind to consider something carefully. The process of using your mind to consider something carefully. Endowed with the capacity to reason. The process of using your mind to consider something carefully. Thinking always made him frown. The process of using your mind to consider something carefully. A vague idea in which some confidence is placed. It strengthened my belief in his sincerity. Any cognitive content held as true. The state of being contented with your situation in life. He relaxed in sleepy contentedness. The amount that can be contained. What a communication that is about something is about. Satisfied or showing satisfaction with things as they are. A contented smile. The sum or range of what has been perceived, discovered, or learned. Something, a person or object or scene, selected by an artist or photographer for graphic representation. Usually plural, everything that is included in a collection and that is held or included in something. He emptied the contents of his pockets. Make content. I am contented. Satisfy in a limited way. He contented himself with 1 glass of beer per day. The proportion of a substance that is contained in a mixture or alloy, etc. The sum or range of what has been perceived, discovered, or learned. The sum or range of what has been perceived, discovered, or learned. Cognitive processes that presuppose the availability of knowledge and put it to use. A contact on an electrical device, such as a battery, at which electric current enters or leaves. A square rod of land. One of 2 points of intersection of the Earth's axis and the celestial sphere. Propel with a pole. Pole barges on the river. One of the 2 ends of a magnet where the magnetism seems to be concentrated. A linear measure of 16.5 feet. A long fiberglass sports implement used for pole vaulting. A long, usually round, rod of wood or metal or plastic. A native or inhabitant of Poland. Deoxidize molten metals by stirring them with a wooden pole. One of 2 antipodal points where the Earth's axis of rotation intersects the Earth's surface. One of 2 divergent or mutually exclusive opinions. They are at opposite poles. Support on poles. Pole climbing plants like beans. An opinion formed beforehand without adequate evidence. He did not even try to confirm his preconceptions. A partiality that prevents objective consideration of an issue or situation. An opinion formed beforehand without adequate evidence. An opinion formed beforehand without adequate evidence. An opinion formed beforehand without adequate evidence. The condition of being prepossessed. The king's prepossession in my favor is very valuable. The act of judging or assessing a person or situation or event. The capacity to assess situations or circumstances shrewdly and to draw sound conclusions. The cognitive process of reaching a decision or drawing conclusions. The legal document stating the reasons for a judicial decision. The mental ability to understand and discriminate between relations. Law, the determination by a court of competent jurisdiction on matters submitted to it. An opinion formed by judging something. The act of judging or assessing a person or situation or event. They criticized my judgment of the contestants. The capacity to assess situations or circumstances shrewdly and to draw sound conclusions. The cognitive process of reaching a decision or drawing conclusions. The legal document stating the reasons for a judicial decision. The mental ability to understand and discriminate between relations. Law, the determination by a court of competent jurisdiction on matters submitted to it. An opinion formed by judging something. He was reluctant to make his judgment known. Opinion or judgment. In the eyes of the law. An opinion formed beforehand without adequate evidence. An opinion formed beforehand without adequate evidence. Pay close attention to, give heed to. That which is responsible for one's thoughts, feelings, and conscious brain functions, the seat of the faculty of reason. His mind wandered. Knowledge and intellectual ability. He reads to improve his mind. Keep in mind. An important intellectual. The great minds of the 17th century. Be in charge of or deal with. Your intention. What you intend to do. He had in mind to see his old teacher. An opinion formed by judging something. She changed her mind. Be on one's guard. Be cautious or wary about. Be alert to. Attention. Don't pay him any mind. Be concerned with or about something or somebody. Be offended or bothered by. Take offense with, be bothered by. I don't mind your behavior. Recall or remembrance. It came to mind. Social relations involving intrigue to gain authority or power. Office politics is often counterproductive. The opinion you hold with respect to political questions. The study of government of states and other political units. The activities and affairs involved in managing a state or a government. Unemployment dominated the politics of the interwar years. The profession devoted to governing and to political affairs. The opinion you hold with respect to political questions. Curl tightly. A painful muscle spasm, especially in the neck or back. Rick and Rick are British. Form a curl, curve, or kink. A sharp bend in a line produced when a line having a loop is pulled tight. A difficulty or flaw in a plan or operation. There are still a few kinks to iron out. An eccentric idea. A person with unusual sexual tastes. The trait of acting unpredictably and more from whim or caprice than from reason or judgment. An odd or fanciful or capricious idea. He had a whimsy about flying to the moon.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.